I'm really excited to chat with Jen today about body composition changes, because both of us get a lot of inquiries from women who want to change their body composition, and that is generally increase muscle mass and decrease body fat. Now, Jen and I have both dabbled in figure, we both trained for powerlifting, we've done a lot of different things in the industry, and both of us have kind of shifted our focus more from being solely on aesthetics to health as well, which is great. But let's be honest, some people want fat loss. So what's the number one piece of advice that you have for someone who's looking to lose body fat?
Ultimately, it boils down to nutrition. That doesn't mean it's got to be crazy and strict and restrictive, but it is going to be what you eat. A lot of women train like crazy. We've got that part down pat, but we need to dial the nutrition in and find out what's best for you and eat that.
Well, and I think it's really important too, first, before you ever get started with anything, to have a realistic view of what a healthy and sustainable body fat level is, right? Because I have some women that come in, they have veins in their abs, and they're like, I really want to lose body fat. And I'm like, I'm sorry, what body fat, right? Because they don't have any to lose, or they've already lost their period because they're so lean, but they just feel like they're not lean enough. And I know for me, having been heavy in the past and having been extremely lean doing figure competitions, it took a while for me to kind of find that healthy balance where I felt good and felt comfortable in my own skin. So I think for me, it would be, how lean do you want to get?
Right.
And I guess you probably have that talk with your clients, don't you?
Yeah, and also how lean will your specific body let you get? It's different for everybody. Some women can get down to 17, 18% like it's nothing, whereas other people are going to struggle to hit 20.
So what's the biggest mistake that your clients make when it comes to fat loss? Like when they come to you before they start working with you, what's the big red flag that you're like, oh, that's the issue?
Over restricting. It is the number one biggest problem that I see. I've got women that come to me and they want me to make changes for them, and I'd love to work with you, except the problem is we have nowhere to go. That's what I always tell women, leave yourself somewhere to go. And when a woman comes to me and they're only eating 900 to 1,000 calories a day and they're doing cardio for 60 minutes a day, I can't do anything except reverse diet you.
What's your process for reverse dieting your clients back to a healthier place?
Reverse dieting is a really tricky process. It is more mental. I was just going to say it's more mentally involved than it is actually physically. It depends how long the person has been dieting like crazy and overtraining. Basically, the longer they go dieting really hard and overtraining, the harder it's going to be to reverse diet them. Basically, reverse dieting is slowly increasing calories and increasing carbohydrates. It typically, like you said, it's typically 2 to 3 steps backwards initially in order to move forward. But you have to build up your metabolism, your metabolic capacity, and you have to increase your calories enough to where you have somewhere else to go.
Right. No, I totally agree, and I see the same thing with my clients, and it's so sad because women are so scared to do that, and I've been scared to do that in the past before too. But again, if you're eating so little and you're not feeling good and you're not losing body fat, like, you're going to have to increase your calories a little bit. So this is such a big one. How long can a person expect to wait before they start seeing changes in their body composition? $1 million question.
That is the $1 million question. And obnoxiously, the answer is it just depends. It depends. Any coach or any person that tells you that they guarantee you X amount of pounds or X amount of body fat in this amount of days, they're lying to you.
Or they don't care what you're losing. They don't care if you're losing bone mass and muscle mass and everything.
Yeah, because we can chop your arm off and you can lose X amount of pounds. But it ultimately depends. It depends, first of all, as long as you've got healthy hormones. Healthy hormones build they are absolutely the foundation for fat loss. Assuming you have healthy hormones, how your diet is, how your consistency is, your training, and additionally your sleep and stress, which are the two big components that a lot of people don't take into consideration.
Yeah, those lifestyle factors that people forget about, they don't realize how critical they are to their long-term success. And the other thing is, where are you right now? So if you're 75, 100 pounds overweight, 50 pounds overweight, like that first little bit's probably going to drop off pretty quickly, especially if you haven't done a lot of restrictive dieting in the past. If you're trying to lose that last 5 pounds to get pretty lean, like that can take quite a while. And again, it might take a little bit of bumping your calories up for a little bit, maybe gaining a pound or two and then being able to come back down and losing 3 or 4 and then going back up and then going back down. And for some people, your body might not just want to go there. Right. So how do you kind of help women figure out, like, where is their happy place?
There's a certain level of discomfort that has to kind of be tolerated in order to continue getting leaner. And I'm not talking, of course, the crazy hairball restrictive diets, because I won't recommend that to anybody. But I've had clients that I've worked with and they want to continue getting leaner, but they're already complaining of hunger. I'm kind of hungry and I'm noticing like my strength's going down just a touch. Well, you're dieting, but they want to get leaner. They say, what can we change? And so I tell them, well, we can get a little bit more aggressive. However, that is also going to mean giving up your weekly wine. It's going to mean giving up, a little bit more of your comfort. Yeah. You're going to have to get uncomfortable. And if they say, that's a deal breaker to me, then that's when we say, okay, well, this is your body's this is your body's happy place. That's that intersection of health and performance and lifestyle and aesthetics. And there might be times in your life where it's worth it to you to get a little bit leaner. Maybe you're going on a vacation, or you want to like feel extra great in your wedding dress or whatever. There are times to focus on aesthetics a little bit. And then there's times to back off and focus on lifestyle. When I went to Italy with my family for 2 weeks, I was not focused on aesthetics. I was focused on lifestyle. I was going to eat my gelato and I was going to eat my cheese and I was going to indulge in the things I wanted to indulge in because I was in Italy. So at that point in time, lifestyle took priorities. So can you talk a little bit about the moderation? Because I know you and I have both, again, come from the really restrictive place to a place of a little bit more moderation, and kind of how that helped you get to where you feel good with your body? So moderation was something that was pretty tricky for me. It took a lot of overcoming some mental hurdles. I was convinced that if I wasn't eating clean all the time, that I was just going to pile the weight on. So for me, I started following an If It Fits Your Macros approach about a year ago, followed it for a couple months. And just to give a disclaimer, I feel like If It Fits Your Macros is an appropriate approach for some people, not for all. However, I decided to tinker with it a little bit, and it was actually a really good thing for me. I gravitate towards natural foods anyways, whole unprocessed foods, but I managed to use the If It Fits Your Macros approach to kind of work in a couple of treats here and there. So if I wanted a cookie, I would just work it into my macros, or if I wanted a pancake, I would work it in. So that was actually really good for me and really freeing, because it would show me that if I had pancakes for breakfast, I was actually not going to balloon up the next day.
Well, and it's so nice because you're not like, oh, well, I've had pancakes, so now I'm gonna have all the pancakes, right? And all the sausage and all the bacon. Like, I had to convince myself, like, I can have a salad and have a cupcake. Like, those two things aren't mutually exclusive. They can be in the same meal. And so for me, I've been able to maintain not just my sanity, which is extremely important, but a much just leaner and healthier body overall with a more moderate approach.
Right.
So, well, guys, I hope you enjoyed that. Body composition change is a hot topic and something that a lot of people want to know about. So hopefully you kind of understand what it means to change your body composition, what that looks like, how long it might take, and how moderation might be something that fits your life. Hope you guys enjoyed it.